There comes a morning after 60 when nothing is wrong, yet something feels different. You wake up without an alarm, or maybe the alarm rings, but you no longer jump the way you once did. The house is quiet. Not an empty quiet, but a settled one. The walls have heard your life, the floor remembers your footsteps, the windows have watched you change. Outside, the sky looks familiar, the light falls the same way it always has. Birds still move without asking permission. And yet inside you something shifts. You are not late, you are not sick, you are not broken. That is the first truth you must hear. Still, the rush shows up quietly, the old urgency to prove something, the feeling that you should already be somewhere else, the pressure to start the day fast before it starts without you. It is the same inner voice that once pushed you to build, to provide, to survive, to keep moving. That voice helped you once. It carried you through responsibility, through struggle, through long seasons of effort. But now it follows you into a chapter where it no longer belongs. Many people over 60 make one silent mistake. They wake up and without realizing it, they step back into the same race. The race to be useful, the race to stay relevant, the race to keep up with a world that no longer measures time the way you do. Old habits slip on like familiar shoes. Old pressure tightens around the chest. Old expectations whisper. You should be doing more. So the morning gets rushed, coffee is swallowed instead of enjoyed. Silence is filled instead of felt. The body moves, but the spirit stays behind. You rush the morning as if time is still chasing you. As if something terrible will happen if you slow down. But here is the truth no one ever tells you. Time is not chasing you anymore. It is walking beside you. It has softened its pace not to punish you, but to match you. Time no longer wants you exhausted, it wants you present. Real wisdom begins the day you stop treating each morning like something you must survive and start treating it like something you are allowed to experience. Experience the warmth of the cup in your hands. Experience the sound of your own breath. Experience the quiet proof that you are still here. One man once said something simple that carried enormous weight. I wake up tired not because of my body, but because my mind still thinks it's 40. That single sentence changed everything for him. He realized his body had aged with honesty, but his mind was still running old programs. Programs built for deadlines, pressure, competition, and fear of falling behind. The morning was not exhausting him. The memory of urgency was, after that realization, he changed nothing dramatic. He did not move to the mountains. He did not reinvent his life. He did not chase youth. He simply stopped rushing the first hour. He sat longer. He breathed slower. He let the day arrive instead of attacking it. And something surprising happened. The day began to feel lighter, not shorter, not weaker, lighter. After 60, the day does not need to be conquered. You have conquered enough. You have faced responsibility loss, joy, failure, and endurance. You have proven yourself more times than you remember. Now the day does not ask for victory, it asks for welcome. Welcome the morning as it is not as it used to be. Welcome yourself not as who you once were, but as who you have become. There is no finish line waiting, there is no clock judging you. There is no audience demanding performance. There is only this morning quietly offering itself, and the most powerful thing you can do after 60 is not to rush into the day, but to step into it with calm, with permission, and with the deep knowing that you are allowed to take your time. Because this morning was not meant to test you, it was meant to meet you. And if you let it, it will carry you gently into the rest of your day. Some habits do not hurt loudly. They do not announce themselves. They do not create chaos. They simply drain you slowly, quietly, day after day. You do not feel a sudden pain, you feel a gradual heaviness, a sense that something is missing, even when everything seems fine. One of these habits is comparison. Not the obvious kind, but the subtle kind, looking at someone else's life and wondering why yours feels smaller or slower or less exciting. You compare energy, you compare purpose, you compare moments. You forget that you are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight. Another habit slips in through screens, Scrolling through memories that no longer fit who you are today. Photos from years ago, faces that have changed, places that no longer call you. You are not remembering. You are revisiting, and each revisit quietly asks, why am I not there anymore? But life does not move backward. It unfolds forward. Then there are the conversations that only happen in your head. Arguments you wish you had handled differently. Words you wish you had said. Moments you replay hoping for a better ending. These conversations ended years ago, but your mind keeps reopening the door. You replay old mistakes, old arguments, old regrets, and without noticing you trade today's calm for yesterday's noise. The mind is powerful, but it is not always kind. It clings to what feels unresolved even when resolution is no longer possible. Another quiet habit is living on autopilot. You wake up and the day starts moving without asking you. You eat but you do not taste. You listen but you do not hear. You talk but you are already thinking about what comes next. You are present in body but absent in attention. You are here but not fully here. One woman in her late 60s shared a sentence that stopped many people cold. I was alive but I wasn't living my own day anymore. Her days were full, but they were not hers. She did what was expected, what was familiar, what was easy. But she rarely asked herself, how does this moment feel to me? After 60, life is not asking you to do more. It is asking you to feel more. Feel the warmth of sunlight on your face, not just notice it. Feel the calm of silence without rushing to fill it. Feel the comfort of slowing down without guilt. You have earned this pace. Slowing down is not quitting. It is arriving. Peace does not come from fixing everything. It comes from releasing what no longer needs your attention. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means choosing not to carry. The mind does not need to be busy to be valuable. Some days the most meaningful thing you can do is nothing that looks productive. Sit, observe, breathe. Notice the way your shoulders drop when you stop rushing. Notice how the day softens when you stop fighting it. Habits that steal your peace often disguise themselves as normal. Constant worry, overthinking, staying mentally busy. These habits once protected you. They helped you anticipate problems. They helped you survive responsibility. But now they only keep you tense. Peace requires permission. Permission to slow your thoughts. Permission to stop rehearsing. Permission to be enough. You do not have to solve the past to enjoy the present. You do not have to explain your life to anyone. Your worth is not measured by how much you remember, but by how deeply you feel. After 60, your days are no longer training grounds, they are living spaces. Spaces meant for calm, for awareness, for small moments that matter. A warm drink, a quiet morning, a genuine laugh, a walk without destination. These are not small things, they are the substance of peace. Let go of habits that rush your soul. Let go of the pressure to stay busy. Let go of the need to revisit every memory. Let go of the belief that slowing down means falling behind. You are not behind. You are right on time. You no longer need habits that exhaust your spirit just to feel useful. You are useful by being present. And when you release these quiet habits, something gentle happens. Your breath deepens. Your mind softens. Your days feel wider, not louder, not faster, wider. And in that space, peace has room to return. There is a strange belief that strength fades with age. That belief is loud and it is wrong. Strength does not disappear. It transforms. What fades is noise. The constant need to explain yourself, the endless urge to compete, the pressure to be seen. What fades is ego, the part of you that once needed applause, approval, recognition. What fades is the need to be everything to everyone. And what grows is clarity. Clarity about what matters. Clarity about what drains you. clarity about who deserves your energy. You have survived things you never imagined you would, moments that felt unbearable, decisions that shaped entire decades, losses that rewrote who you became. You carried responsibility when no one was watching. You held yourself together when everything else felt uncertain. You outlived storms that once felt permanent, storms that convinced you this was the end, this was the breaking point, this was too much, and yet you are still here, breathing, standing aware that strength did not vanish, it did not weaken, it did not retire. It simply became quieter. You no longer announce your endurance, you no longer explain your resilience, you embody it. Many people over 60 forget that wisdom is also power. Wisdom is knowing when to speak and when silence carries more truth. Wisdom is recognizing which battles are not worth your peace. Wisdom is choosing simplicity over chaos. Saying no is power. No to conversations that exhaust you. No to expectations that no longer fit. No to proving yourself again. Choosing rest is power. Rest is not laziness, it is recovery. It is respect for everything you have carried. Protecting your peace is power. Peace is not weakness, it is discernment. It takes strength to walk away, to step back, to stop reacting. You are not behind, you are not late. You are exactly where life shaped you to be. Every chapter prepared you for this one. The urgency of youth taught you effort. The weight of responsibility taught you endurance. The lessons of loss taught you depth now. This stage teaches meaning. This stage of life is not the end of usefulness, it is the beginning of purpose without pressure, meaning without force, contribution without exhaustion. You no longer measure your days by how much you produce. You measure them by how deeply you live. Strength now looks different. It looks like calm when chaos tries to pull you in. It looks like patience when the world demands speed. It looks like knowing that you owe no explanations. You are not shrinking, you are refining. The fire did not go out. It learned control. The power did not fade. It learned direction. And this quieter strength is the strongest kind there is, because it does not seek attention. It does not demand validation. It simply stands rooted steady, unmoved. You have earned this strength and you are allowed to trust it. Here is the gentle truth. Nothing is demanding you anymore except your own peace. There was a time when life pulled you in every direction. Responsibilities spoke loudly, expectations filled the air. Urgency decided the rhythm of your days. You answered those calls again and again. You showed up even when you were tired, even when you were unsure. Now the noise has softened, and in that quiet, something important is waiting. You do not need to impress anyone. You do not need to explain your choices. You do not need to rush through your moments. Your value is no longer measured by how busy your calendar looks or how much you accomplish in a day. Your value is felt in how present you become, in the way you notice small things, in the way you listen without preparing a reply, in the way you allow moments to pass without controlling them. Slow down without guilt. Guilt belongs to a chapter that has already closed. Rest without apology. Rest is not retreat. It is renewal. Smile without reason. Joy does not need permission. Each day is not a task to complete, it is a gift to unwrap. Some days that gift feels light, some days it feels heavy. If today feels heavy, remember this. You are still needed. Not for what you produce, but for who you are. You are still important, not because of what you can prove, but because of the life you carry inside you. You are still becoming. But now you are becoming calm. Calm in a world that rushes. Calm in thoughts that once crowded your mind. You are becoming aware. Aware of what nourishes you. Aware of what drains you. Aware of when to say yes and when to step back. You are becoming free. Free from urgency, free from comparison. Free from the need to be everywhere at once. Let the day unfold, not as a battle to win, but as a blessing to receive. Let moments arrive without resistance. Let conversations happen without expectation. Let silence speak without interruption. And when the night comes, let it find you peaceful, Not exhausted, let it find you settled, not restless. Let it find you grateful, not worried about tomorrow. You have done enough? More than enough. You have lived, you have learned, you have loved. You are enough as you are where you are. And tomorrow will meet you gently, not with demands, not with pressure, but with another quiet chance to live at your own pace and to choose peace again. This message is a gentle reminder for people over 60 that life has entered a quieter, more meaningful chapter. It explains that the restlessness many feel is not a problem with the body, but old habits of rushing, comparing, and living on autopilot. The script encourages letting go of the need to prove, impress, or stay busy, and instead learning to be present. It highlights that true strength does not fade with age. It becomes calmer, wiser, and more focused. Experiences, hardships, and survival have already built deep resilience, even if it now appears quiet. The message reassures viewers that slowing down is not falling behind, but finally arriving. Peace comes from releasing mental noise, protecting personal boundaries, and allowing rest without guilt. Each day is presented not as a task to complete, but as a gift to experience. The closing emphasizes hope and reassurance. You are still needed, still important, and still becoming. Now with more calm, awareness, and freedom. The overall tone offers comfort, dignity, and quiet motivation, reminding viewers that this stage of life is not an ending, but a gentle, meaningful beginning centered on presence and peace.